Hello, folks. This is Steve AB4L. You know that nothing in this episode is a recommendation, nor is it a promotion. And while I'm sitting here on this beautiful Mother's Day, Sunday afternoon, something strange happened. Now, you know I have two computers. One of them's a Windows 8.1 computer. It's not the one I'm using right now. This one is Windows 8 10, and everything is up to date. I do my security updates and everything updates on my computers every Friday night, like clockwork. So I was on the Windows 8.1 machine, and I was playing around. As a matter of fact, what it was is that I went to the YouTube site, and you know, they track you. And I was getting tired of the kind of stuff that they were offering me on the default page. So I decided to just, well, you go to more tools and you go to clear browsing data. Now this is the dialog. Browsing history, cookies and other site data, cached images and files. And it's for all time, so it's a complete clean. And I cleared the data. Well, the next time I tried to log into YouTube, it was like this. Oh, that's right. I've cleared all my data. So I would have to say who I am, Steve AB4L, and then it asked me for the password, and then it would send an SMS to my phone, and I would put that in, and then it lets me in, but then it remembers me because it sets cookies. Well, that's what I did. And then, you know, you can see that I have all these, like, this is dark reading. It has to do with hacking. And I just found this one yesterday, eSecurity Planet, because I was reading a Slashdot article that was quoting a latest one from here, and it was interesting. And I looked at this. This looks like something I might want to follow also. Remember, I'm not promoting anything. I'm not recommending anything. This is my interest. That's why I have the tabs. Well, one of my interests is Bleeping Computer. That doesn't look right. It should look like this. So what's this stuff up top? The answer is this stuff up top that's now laid out and rendered incorrectly is supposed to be in a side column. They're like advertisements. What are the featured articles right now? And what downloads can you get from them for clearing up things that may be infecting your browser? And virus removal guides and some other things. And then but this layout for this browser is not quite correct. But now we're seeing the popular stories over here, but the way this is laid out is not quite the way it normally is. Well, then I went and I looked at it using the Firefox browser, which, except for maybe some parts of the rendering engine, this is a completely different code base. So that if I say Bleeping Computer, it's going to help me go to the website. A half hour ago, it wasn't like this. Now you can tell it's a different rendering engine. How can you tell? This is at the normal size. It's not quite right, but it kind of looks like what's happening here with the Chrome browser that shares a little bit of the rendering agent, but is a completely different code base. Well, there's another browser I use called Brave Browser. So if I look at something like /dot, everything is fine. Same thing with this here. If I go to just any of the websites I go to, like this one for spotting DX, I'm a ham radio operator, or if I'm going to look at what the water level is there in Franklinville in the Deep River, everything looks fine. And if I go to something like County Hunter, or I go to Parks on the Air, and I'm doing this not to bore you, but to show you that the only people who are having any problem at the moment is Bleeping Computer. This is Firefox. I did it again. I went away, the tab was gone, I did the search engine to come back, and there it is again. It's reproducible. Okay? So that's why I took the side trip, because I didn't demonstrate that on Firefox, that it doesn't matter what other tabs you go to, they're okay. But as soon as you go to Bleeping Computer, this is what it's supposed to look like. It was screwed up a few minutes ago on this machine. Now let me just force a reload. What did I just do? What did I just do? This is clues for Abrams and his hackers, the owner of Bleeping Computer. What did I just do? I forced a complete reset of the website. What does that mean? All these browsers have a circular arrow up on the toolbar, and normally if you click on it, it says refresh me, but what it does is it says he wants you to refresh the page only with things that have changed since we rendered the page, came to the page or the last time. All right. But if you hold the shift key down when you do that, you're telling the engine at the other end, send everything fresh again, forget the latest update date reference, send everything, don't send just what's the difference? When I don't hold the shift key down and I do that, it re-renders the page, but it uses what's in the cache plus the few actual updated items that may have changed, and if there are none, then it just what's used in the cache locally on your machine. But when I hold the shift key down, it forces the other end to send everything again. And that's what happened. Oh, look at that. Now, I have several browsers open. I'm going to close this window. We're now looking at Mozilla. I don't want to show you my desktop. That's why I'll keep at least one browser open while I'm doing this. Now I'm going to start Brave again. I normally have just a YouTube tab and a /dot tab. You know, I'm not promoting anything. This is my standard stuff. So now we want to go to Bleeping Computer. And the Google search engine helps me out, and it looks perfectly normal. Can I reproduce what happened a moment ago? First, I clicked the circular arrow with keeping my hands in sight. Everything looks fine. That's because it re-rendered the page from everything that already was downloaded 10 seconds ago. Now I hold the Shift key down and I do it. I don't know what's going to happen now. And everything is fine. Oh, wait a minute. 2 minutes ago, it screwed the page up. Let's try it again. All right, let's do something like click on this article and then go back and hold the Shift key down and do this. Let's go to Mozilla. I'm going to hold the Shift key down and I'm going to tell it to completely rebuild the page. Now I'm just telling it to rebuild it from the local cache, and I'm going to hold the Shift key down. I just held the Shift key down. So this did screw up, holding the Shift key down that didn't on other. Why am I doing this? Not actually to entertain my usual watchers. I'm going to send a note to Abrams, the owner, because this is going on. I first detected this on my other computer, which is a Windows 8.1 computer. Security updates from Microsoft ended on mid-January this year, a few months ago. And in coordination with that, the Chromium project, which is the basis for the Google Chrome browser and the Brave browser. See, I just switched over. Can you tell? See, everything else looks fine. But if I hold the Shift key down, what happens now? Oh, look at it, came back. So whatever is going on with the Bleeping Computer site right now at 2:44 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the 14th of May, 2023 is metastable. And at first, when I was starting to and I tried to do a video and I got it wrong, I thought it was because I was on a Windows 8.1 and the browsers weren't being kept updated and there was some kind of interaction with the out-of-date, quote, out-of-date software. But when I came over to Windows 10, this is all update as of the Friday night and it's Sunday afternoon. I update everything every week. Friday evening, everything. Viruses, virus checks, updates, everything. Browsers, the operating system, everything. This is for the benefit of Abrams and his elves. I'm going to hold the Shift key down to force a complete resend. I'm going to do it again. This is the Mozilla browser. I'm going to close it. Now we're looking at the Brave browser. Now I'm going to start the Firefox again. Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to say Bleeping Computer. Google search engine is going to take me there. Now I'm going to hold the Shift key down. I'm going to force a resend. I'm going to force it again. Metastable. I'm showing you how you can reproduce this, but if it doesn't happen the first time, and the key for recreating this is it doesn't seem to matter which of the three browsers you use. Keep forcing re-updates. Go to it by close the browser, go to the search engine, use the search engine to come to your site, force a complete resend a couple of times, and it'll switch back and forth. That's my message to Bleeping Computer and Abrams, who's the owner and often writes the lead articles. Let's see if we got one here on the front page by him. Lawrence Abrams. There's the guy and thank you to him for having Bleeping Computers. I'm happy with this. I look at it every day. Now, let me hold the Shift key down. let me force an update. Let me do it again. Now this is, did it change the page, or am I, there he is. Okay, Larry? Steve AB4L. Good luck with it. Hope it's not serious. Hope it isn't a vulnerability. Steve AB4L saying, see you in 73.